Namaste, welcome to our class today. I hope you're well. Let's come down to Shavasana when you're ready. Keeping extra layers and socks on, blanket to cover the body, something to support the head perhaps, and some cover for the eyes. And just take a moment here to surrender the whole back body to the earth. Taking a moment to arrange the body comfortably so that the breath can flow naturally. Starting our class today in Shavasana or our constructive rest position. Arrange your arms, sinking the shoulder blades into the earth. Taking care to arrange your legs and feet, taking the space around the lower back and the belly into the hips. We start our yoga class resting just so we can welcome this opportunity today to turn inward. And just taking a moment or two to settle down into our physical body. Just observing here how we feel in our physical self today. So we can take some time here in our yoga practice to nourish our physical self. Allowing the mind to settle. And releasing any needs and demands from earlier or later today, or this week, or next week. And from here, escorting awareness onto our breath. Our breath is this vital thread that connects our outer world to the inner landscape. Taking care not to change the breath in any way, but just allowing ourselves to be in the breath, to be the wave of the breath, and to be in the wave of the breath. Just as if you were the wave of the ocean, or to be moved in the wave of the ocean. Noting here the different parts of your breath, the tone and the quality of your inhalation and your exhalation. Just taking care not to force any part of the breath, but just noting them as gross or as subtle as they may be. Very carefully, very slowly, in your next breath or two, if your knees aren't already bent, just start to take a bend in the knees. Keeping the eyes closed, draw the knees up over the chest, interlace the fingers around the knees, around the shins, and either allow yourself a moment stillness. Or maybe just gently rock from side to side. Just bring a lovely passive stretch into the whole of the back body, stretching out a little bit more. You can feel it through the lower part of the spine into the lumbar spine. Just squeezing and compressing into the front body, into the belly, into the front of the hips. And if you're rocking from side to side, just bring the knees back to center. Release fingers and hands, lower the soles of the feet down onto the floor as you extend your legs out in front. And just take a moment to ensure that there's some lovely symmetry with the back body resting on the earth. Keep some engagement through the legs, point the toes towards the sky. Take the arms out to the side, palms facing downwards. Sink the shoulder blades into the earth. Keep the neck nice and slow by gently tucking the chin down towards the chest. We're going to come into Ardha Halasana, half plow pose. Keep the left leg nice and heavy on the earth. Start to draw the navel in towards the spine as you start to lift the right leg off the floor. So just notice where it feels the most comfortable for your body to raise that right leg up, ideally pushing the sole of that right foot towards the sky. Keep drawing in around the navel towards the spine, keep breathing here. Keep the neck nice and safe, keep tucking the chin down towards the chest. And be soft in the face around the jaw, sinking the tongue into the base of the mouth. Inhale here, as you exhale, slowly, carefully release the right leg down onto the floor. And let's try that on the other side. So when you're ready, keep the right leg rooting down into the floor. Draw the navel in towards the spine. When you're ready, start to lift the left leg off the floor. Raising the left leg to where it feels comfortable for you. Ideally pushing the sole of that left foot towards the sky. Take a micro bend through the knee if you need to, if hamstrings are tight, but keep releasing around the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Keep breathing down into the belly. It's a nice gentle way to start to warm up through those core abdominal muscles into the pelvic floor. Inhale here, as you exhale, slowly, carefully release the left leg, left foot all the way down onto the floor for a moment. Just sink toes out to the sides as you release and relax through the whole length of the leg, the hips. Bend up the knees, place the soles of the feet onto the floor. Feet need to be hip width apart, heels in line with the knees. In a moment, I'm going to come into windscreen wiper legs. You can keep the hands here a little distance away from the body. Or maybe you'd like to make a T-shape as you take the arms all the way out to the side. But take care to soften and release totally around the shoulders. Inhale here with the knees to center, and as you exhale, just start to sink both the knees over towards the right. The left lower back comes off the mat. Inhale, bring your knees back to center, and as you exhale, just windscreen wiper motion, the knees over towards the left. The right lower back comes off the mat. Continue this movement slowly, carefully, and of course, if it feels comfortable for you today to rest a little bit longer on your right side, on your left side, then please do so. Enjoying that lengthening action from the armpit down each side of the body into the top of the hips on either side. Keep releasing around the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Maybe starting to blink the eyes open, allow a little light to start to filter back in. And after your next exhale, allowing the knees to come back to center, keeping the feet hip width apart, heels in line with the knees, but please release the arms and the hands to rest back alongside the body if they're not already there. We're going to come into a pose now which is really going to challenge our core abdominal muscles. It's called heel taps, where we really start to wake up what's going on around the belly, those band of muscles around the belly, into the pelvic floor, into the lower back. We're going to inhale here,
As we exhale, we're just going to peel the spine off the mat. We're going to take the hands down on the left side towards the left foot, left heel. Come back to center, and repeat on the right. Inhale to center, exhale as we tap. Inhale, exhale. So keep the navel drawing in towards the spine. If you need to release the whole back body down onto the floor, please do so. A couple more from side to side here. Keep pushing down through the feet. Keep drawing in around the belly. Keep breathing and smiling. Well done. And when you're ready, come back to center, release down. Draw the knees up over the chest. Hug the knees in. Just massage out the belly. Knees come back to center. Raise your right arm up. Keep that right arm elevated as you slowly, carefully make your way onto your right side. Resting here with your head on that raised arm. Just catch your breath, recover from that last pose. Allowing yourself to take a little fuller inhale here. And a little fuller exhale. When you're ready, and certainly in your own time, bring awareness into your left fingers, your left hand. When you're ready, you're going to push down into that hand. Use that hand to steady yourself as you slowly push all the way back up to seated. We're going to find a comfortable Sukhasana, our easy pose today. So taking setting a cushion from your sofa, a yoga brick or block, a rolled up blanket, something to comfortably sit on. Sensing how the lower back, the hips and legs are feeling today. You may prefer to take a Sukhasana with your legs extended all the way out in front. Keep an engagement through the legs, toes towards the sky, or find a comfortable cross-leg position. And whatever you're sitting on, I would encourage you just have a little wiggle around so you can place the sitting bones comfortably on whatever you're sitting on. Just release the hands for a moment alongside the body, fingertips lightly pushing down into the earth. Start to find some length and some space in the torso around the spine. Lengthen all the way up through the crown of the head. Soften and release the shoulders. Collarbones float up towards the sky. Find a comfortable position for a moment for your arms and hands. Maybe it's just the palms of the hands just resting on top of the thighs. Maybe you'd prefer just to turn the palms of your hands up towards the sky. You might want to take a Gaya Mudra. So we know how to do that with the tip of our thumb and forefinger. Or we might want to come into Anjali Mudra, taking the hands to heart space. Whatever feels the most comfortable for you today, but please ensure that the shoulders remain soft and released down the back, but we're still finding that length through the spine. Bringing our awareness and our attention inwards to find the whereabouts of our breath. There's no right or wrong here. Maybe observing the breath a little bit deeper down into the belly today, around the belly button. Maybe a little bit higher around our diaphragm. If there's a lot of tension and stress, maybe it feels like we're hardly breathing, the breath is shallow, confined to maybe it feels like it's up around the neck, up around the ears. Just observe, no right or wrong. See if you can allow the mind and the breath to quieten. Settle in to a nice, easy rhythm of the breath. What feels the most comfortable for you today? So in a moment, we're going to quietly recite a beautiful mantra called Aham Prima. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. The literal translation from the Sanskrit wording of Aham Prima is I am divine love. And it affirms one's divine love, an energy within us. So keep them relaxed in the body, in the mind and the breath. The next time you inhale, quietly recite to yourself Aham, which is spelled A-H-A-M. And as you exhale, quietly recite to yourself Prima, P-R-E-M-A. So inhale, Aham. Exhale, Prima. Inhale, Aham. Exhale, Prima. So keep on quietly reciting this beautiful mantra. I am divine love. Inhale and exhale. As you recite this beautiful mantra, maybe observing the breath deepening as you do that. Or maybe the breath just seems to remain in and around its original position, no right or wrong. And the next time you recite quietly to yourself Prima on your exhale, just finish reciting the quiet mantra to yourself, allowing the breath to continue easy in, easy out. Observing if anything has shifted or changed in the breath or in the mind. Tuck the chin down towards the chest and slowly, carefully start to blink the eyes open, allowing a little light to start to trickle back in. The shoulders stay soft. Slowly bringing your chin up to the center, back towards me. Hello. Change the cross of your legs. Things are starting to go to sleep. Knees, ankles, feet. Feeling comfortable once again through the sitting bones, keeping them through the spine, the body. Let's take the arms out to the sides, palms towards me. Soften and release the shoulders. When you're ready, cross the arms in front. And with each hand, find your shoulder blades as you inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Give yourself a nice hug. Following on from that I am divine love. Nice squeeze. Even though we're squeezing into the back body, really sensing that around our heart space, around our chest. After your next exhale, widen the arms again. And then change the cross of the arms. So maybe take the left hand on top, as it was on the bottom last time. Find the shoulder blades again and inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Couple more here, closing the eyes, if that feels okay. And after your next exhale, widening the arms, palms towards me, soften the shoulders. Releasing the arms. Super. When you're ready, move slowly, carefully off whatever you're sitting on. I'm going to get ready to come into all fours. We're going to come into a thread the needle pose. Thread the needle pose for the chest, the upper back body, the thoracic spine, to make your way onto all fours. You can keep your socks on for this. You can keep your blankets on your mat. So nice tabletop position. Wrists directly underneath the shoulders, fingers spread, knees apart. Take the weight to the right hand. Inhale here, raise up, open through the left side of the body. And as you exhale, just start to thread that left arm, left hand behind your right wrist. You will come all the way down onto your forehead. Check how you feel. This might be enough today. If it is, stay here, the hips are high. Or come on to the outer side of your head so you look towards that left hand, left arm you've just threaded through. Stretch out through that right arm. So you've got that right arm stretched all the way out in front. So breathe here, stay here in a static. Thread the needle, upper body thread the needle pose. When you're ready, inhale, push into that right hand, bring that left arm through. Come back onto all fours. We're going to try that the other side. Create space around the shoulders, take the weight into the left hand. Inhale, raise the right arm up. As you exhale, start to thread that right arm, right hand behind the left wrist as you bring the forehead down. Check how this feels. If it feels okay, take your gaze over towards that right hand. Stretch out through that left arm. So the left arm, left hand is fully stretched out in front. We stretch with that right arm coming underneath the shoulders and the hips. And nice and high. Breathe. Inhale, push into that left hand, bring that right arm through. From here, mount the bend the chest down, find your child's pose. Nice wide knees perhaps. Maybe something for the forehead to rest on. Maybe clench fists, maybe a pillow, maybe a yoga brick. Release, relax. Inhale here, as you exhale, slowly, carefully uncurl the spine, coming all the way up. Let's remove everything from our mats. We're going to come into down facing dog, into a step through. So have a blanket close by if you know that you need some padding for your knees. Remove socks unless you've got your special yoga sticky socks on, and let's come back into that lovely tabletop position, all fours. Looking after wrists, hands and fingers, spread the fingers apart, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees are apart, knees are directly underneath the hips. Push the earth away. Sense space and length through the spine, out through the crown of your head. Draw your navel in towards your spine, tap the toes under, sink the weight back into the thighs, push up into down facing dog. With the knees bent, walk the dog for a moment, lightly treading each heel down towards the earth. Keep the shoulders active, but release totally through the neck and the head. Come back into your static downward facing dog when you're ready. We're going to shift the weight into the right foot, lift the left leg up. Three-legged dog. Carefully, slowly start to shift the weight over the hands as you take a bend in the left knee, and you're going to step that left foot in between the hands. Remember, if it doesn't quite get there, use your left hand to gently place that left foot in between the hands. So we've got the hands to frame that left foot. And then with our right knee, finding a blanket if you need to, we're just going to set the knee down onto the blanket, onto the mat, and release the top of that right foot totally into the floor. So we've got a nice stretch through the front of that right quad, right hip. This left knee is safe, it's directly over the ankle. When you're ready, come all the way up. Feel grounded here. Bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, into heart space, and we're going to rotate. So we're going to bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. We're going to inhale here. As we exhale, come back to center. Take the right hand to the right thigh. Take the left arm up into a back bend. Inhale, hands into Anjali Mudra, rotate. Right hand to left knee, gaze towards me. Exhale, right hand to right thigh, back of right thigh. As you take the left arm up. And then repeat. Inhale. Exhale, couple more. And our last one. Nice. Tip forward, frame that left foot with the hands, tuck the toes on the right foot under, push into that right foot to energise through that right leg. Carefully step back into your downward facing dog. Walk the dog here for a moment. Heels towards the floor, come back into your downward facing dog. Shift the weight into the left foot, reach up with that right leg, three-legged dog. Take a bend in the right knee, shift the weight over the hands as you step that right foot through. So framing that foot with your hands. Find a blanket or some padding for the knee as you carefully lower that left knee down. Release the top of that left foot onto the floor. Check the safety of that right knee. Right knee is directly above the right ankle. When you're ready, coming all the way up. We've got that nice stretch through the front of that left hip there. Bring the hands to Anjali Mudra. Inhale, turn towards the right as you take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And as you exhale, you take the left hand to the left thigh, raise that right arm up. Inhale, twist, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Exhale, right arm up, left hand to the back of the left thigh. Nice back bend. So continue. Couple more. And our last one. Nice. Tip forward, frame that right foot with the hands. Tuck the toes under on the left foot. Engage into that left foot so you can lift the left leg. Step back into downward facing dog. Walk the dog here. Static downward facing dog. Shoulders active. Neck and head relaxed. Breathing into the upper back body. Bend your knees, look towards your hands, taking as many steps as you need to. Walk carefully forward, hands towards feet, feet towards hands into your Uttanasana. Your forward fold, placing the hands where they feel the most comfortable, either on the front of the legs, around the back of the legs, or on top of the feet. You can, of course, make that lovely box shape, take the hands to the inner elbows and gently rock from side to side. Just sense what feels the most comfortable for the body. Releasing the neck and the head totally. Drawing the chest towards the top of the thighs. Coming back to centre if you're gently rocking from side to side and releasing the hands from the inner elbows. You're going to push it into the feet. You're going to start to stack everything up slowly, carefully, keeping the knees bent. To look after hamstrings, lower back, the fingers are hands, the arms are heavy. Creating space in the upper back body. The last thing to come up will be your neck and your head. Then you're able to straighten through the legs, straighten through the knees. Coming all the way up, find your Tadasana as you face me in the middle of your mat. Feet hip width apart, sensing the connection with the four corners of the feet and the toes into the earth. Rooting down, drawing that lovely Pada Bandha energy up through the feet and the insteps. Whole length of the legs, pelvis neutral, spine lengthening, the shoulders are relaxed, release, the chest is open, extending out through the crown of your head. Grounded, safe and stable here. Sink down into the Utkatasana, into a small flow involving chair pose. Draw your navel in towards the spine, sink the tailbone down, sinking down slowly, carefully into that imaginary comfortable chair. Take the arms out in front. Keep the navel drawing in. When you're ready, inhale here. As you exhale, find your Eddie the Eagle. Take the arms and hands overhead. Inhale, come back in front. Exhale, good, well done. Just a few more here. Squatting down, but rising up through the upper torso. Big smiles. And our last one, well done. Exhale, Eddie the Eagle, take the arms up in front. Bring the arms behind. Bring the arms back in front. Squatting down for a fraction longer. Keeping that connection around the belly. Push into the feet. Slowly, carefully coming up. All the way. Nice. So let's reach for our yoga brick and place it in the middle of your mat. Of course, you can also use a couple of hard, small hardback books, place it on top of one another, but as they're obviously less stable than a yoga brick, please exercise caution. So you're going to place your brick in the middle of your mat, and you're going to come to standing on the brick with your right foot. So we want to start to level up where our feet are. So we have to start to draw in around this band of abdominal muscles in the front and the back, to level the hips up, to bring that left foot up to meet the right. Keep lengthening through the spine, and then carefully, slowly, we're going to start to take that left foot forwards and backwards. So if balance is an issue today, see if you can find your drishti point, a soft drishti point, something you can concentrate on the floor in front of you, or on the wall in front of you. It's just going to help you stay balanced and stable as you take that left leg forwards and backwards. And then we're going to see if you can just start to circle through the left leg one way. So keeping that core connection in, you have to really keep that core connection on. And you can start to see that or feel that switching on in now to right hip. If you can feel that switching on, then you know that you're working the right muscles to keep rooting, gathering in here. Change the direction of your circles on the left leg. Can you feel it on the right hip into the right glute? Relax the upper body. Good. Bring in that left leg back to center. We're going to see if we can come into just that bent leg standing Dagasa. So take a bend in the right knee as you take the left leg back. And then straighten back up through the right knee as you bring the left leg back to center. Let's try that a couple more times. So bend the right knee, take the left leg back. Keep gathering in. Feel that really working into the right hip, right glute. And our last one. Good. Well done. Come off slowly. We're going to try that on the other side. We've got two legs, so let's try that on the other side. So move your pile of small hardback books or your yoga brick to the other side. Come to standing on the brick with your left foot. Gather in once again around the navel, round the belly as you lift up that right leg to meet the height of your left leg. Find your soft drishti, keep gathering in. Let's slowly start to take that right foot, right leg forwards and backwards. So we know naturally it's going to be easier on one side than the other, she says. Slowly, carefully, gathering in all the time, or quiet gathering in. And let's see if we can circle through the right leg. Gathering in, start to feeling that switching on in the left hip into the left glute. Changing direction when you're ready. Gathering in, feeling that. Good. And then finally finding that bent leg digastra on the left side, so taking a bend in the left knee, taking the right leg forward. Sorry, right leg back, bending in the left knee. Bringing that right foot back to meet the left. A couple of times, couple more times, bending through the left knee, taking the right leg back, and then standing back up straight. As you straighten through the standing leg, bring your right foot, right leg back. 2 more times. Maybe just one more. Lovely, well done. Come off your yoga brick or your pile of books carefully. Coming back into a comfortable Tadasana. Let's release out through the hips and legs, hands onto hips, feet hip width apart, bend your knees, draw your lovely hip circles. And change direction. Back to center, press down into the feet, straighten the legs, release your arms and hands. Well done, everybody. So let's take a moment to put on extra layers, extra jumper, some socks. Finding once again your comfortable Shavasana, your constructive rest position. Arranging your back body most comfortably on the earth. Feeling warm, tucking in the toes with the heaviness of the blanket. The back of the head and the neck supported by something, perhaps maybe covering the eyes. Taking a moment to arrange the body comfortably so that the breath can flow naturally. Arranging your arms and your hands. Maybe just cradling the lower abdomen with the hands. If the legs are extended out in front, just flopping the little toes out to the top 2 corners of the mat. Maybe you prefer to bend up the knees, place the soles of the feet onto the floor. The back of the head sinks down into the earth. To release any tension, tightness around the scalp and the forehead, across the eyebrows, and all the muscles around the eyes. Release the cheekbones. Unclench the jaw, softening the tongue into the base of the mouth. Integration of our practice here today. Mind, body and spirit. Pull the blanket of cloud down from the sky. Let it wrap around your tired bones. Curl on cushion. Turn the volume down and dream in muted tones for tomorrow. The music will return, loud and beating through your chest. Tomorrow will be in Technicolor. But first, a day of rest. Very slowly, very carefully, and in your own time, just allow awareness to come back into the room, back onto your body, resting on the earth, allowing some teeny movements into hands and fingers, feet and toes, maybe circling the wrists, circling through the ankles and the feet. If it feels okay, start to come into a lovely full body stretch, taking the arms to wherever it feels comfortable, stretching out the legs in front. Breathing into that lovely full body stretch from your fingertips down through the body into your legs, feet and toes. Carefully release the arms. Start to take a bend in the knees, drawing the knees up over the chest into a lovely self-embrace. Hugging the knees in, and gently rock from side to side. Knees, just come back to center. Raise your right arm, carefully, slowly, and with the arm still elevated, roll onto your right side. Resting here with the head on your raised arm. Allow yourself to take a little fuller inhale and a little fuller exhale. When you're ready, and certainly in your own time, start to bring some awareness into your left fingers, into your left hand. When you're ready, push down into the left fingers, into the left hand. Is going to help to steady yourself as you push all the way back up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me in your yoga practice today. Om Shanti 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 and Namaste. Thank you. Keep safe. Take care.